from the stars to come live in the core. We'll jump together, my friends. Every flash of light's another hand to carry the weight. Jump on board into those cars. Oh, we're the wandering souls. We'll come and lend a hand for the distant world. Or take a blaster or two, cause in those pristine rings there's a fortune for you. We'll work together, my friend, as the mother load cracks. This might come to an end. But jump on board into those chords. Oh, we're the wandering souls. Come and lend a hand for the distant world. Laughter's fire and jump drives count. A voice comes feel there's a chatter about. The target's set and the work's in your hands. Come and build a hope in the distant lands. Search those systems till there's nothing to find. Leave the trouble in the bubble way behind. This is your chance as the future unfolds. Come and lend a hand on the distant
Greetings, Commanders. This next track is Fuel Scoop Into Danger and is taken from the Lave Revolution album. 55 minutes of music written by me, especially for the official Elite Dangerous audio drama of Elite Lave Revolution. Enjoy and take care when you're out there near the sun.
Hi, Commander Kumar the Far here, and you're listening to Lave Radio. Up next is a track that I wrote based on a true story. It's called Pirates Took My Spaceship. Now, if you want to listen to more stuff that I've written, you can find that at soundcloud.com/KUMARTHEFFAR-1. Oh crap, they're back!
Galnet News Digest Review of the Year 3307. The year 3307 was the year of the Admiral Vincent trial, of the Jupiter Division, and of the Galactic Summit. It was the year of the rise of Salvation and the fall of the NMLA and Theta 7. We learned about the 200-year-old biochemicals company Azimuth, its impact on recent history, and about some truly horrific experiments. On the last day of 3306, human expansion from the bubble suffered a setback, with seemingly coordinated strikes by Thargoids in the Muscadart region and in the Witchhead Nebula. Only a few months earlier, the ghost ship Adamastor had pointed the way to what might have been the earliest confirmed encounters with Thargoids, and this, in turn, led the Alliance to expand rapidly into the Muscadart region and the adjacent Coalsack Nebula to exploit the rich meta-alloy sources found there. The Sirius Corporation's subsidiary, Sirius Atmospherics, tagged along for the ride, apparently planning to terraform ammonia worlds. This plan seems to have been the trigger for the first Thargoid attack in 18 months. It wasn't until April 3307 that we began to find out more about Azimuth Biochemicals, the owner of the twin megaships Adamastor and Hesperus. The Hesperus was discovered abandoned and being picked apart by the Scrivener's Dredger clan. Encrypted logs indicated an attempt by rival company Pharmasapien to take the Hesperus by force. A mysterious, self-proclaimed scientist calling themselves Salvation drove the investigation onwards, claiming that their discoveries would save all humanity. On the 12th of June, commanders working on a tip-off from Salvation discovered a crashed anaconda, the Proteus. This had been a tender to the Hesperus, and a small team of scientists had used it to escape from the megaship when Pharmasapien attacked. The planet the Proteus was discovered on was unique. It had both Thargoid and Guardian technology and appeared to be the site of an ancient battle. It remains the only planet in the galaxy with direct evidence of conflict between Galnet News died and being picked apart by the Scrivener's Dredger clan. Encrypted logs indicated an attempt by rival company Pharmasapien to take the Hesperus by force. A mysterious, self-proclaimed scientist calling themselves Salvation drove the investigation onwards, claiming that their discoveries would save all humanity. On the 12th of June, commanders working on a tip-off from Salvation discovered a crashed anaconda, the Proteus. This had been a tender to the Hesperus, and a small team of scientists had used it to escape from the megaship when Pharmasapien attacked. The planet the Proteus was discovered on was unique. It had both Thargoid and Guardian technology and appeared to be the site of an ancient battle. It remains the only planet in the galaxy with direct evidence of conflict between the alien species. The logs found on the Proteus revealed that Azimuth was secretly researching ways of using alien technology to create superweapons, and that the crew of the Proteus had, in fact, succeeded in creating just such a weapon 200 years before Aegis and then engineer Ramtar took their first steps towards integrating Guardian technology into anti-Xeno weapons. Now, had they not managed to kill everyone on board when this weapon malfunctioned, the course of history might have been very different. It appears that both the official anti-Xeno organisation Aegis and Salvation, about whom the Pilots Federation issued a stern warning, were trying to research this lost Guardian superweapon. Aegis had recently lost the megaship Alexandria, which was stuffed full of Guardian technology in mysterious circumstances, and both it and Salvation issued appeals for help in collecting new samples from the ancient battle site. Commanders decisively elected to help Salvation rather than Aegis, and it was this that helped shape the fortunes of these two entities for the rest of the year. Aegis was largely suspended to allow an inquiry into its inefficiency and mismanagement. Salvation, by contrast, was able on the 20th of September to test fire a prototype superweapon in the Pulsar system, a system that had been unexpectedly overrun by Thargoids. The Thargoids in that system were completely wiped out, either escaping or crashing. The response from the Thargoids seems to have been to invade even more systems, with the Pleiades being heavily targeted by Thargoids that proved harder to eliminate than any previous invasion. This gave Salvation an opportunity to strike again, on the 14th of December, when the Thargoids were eliminated from the Maya, Merope and Delphi systems. As the year draws to a close, it seems that the Thargoid threat is waning, but Salvation claims that they are preparing a solution to wipe out the Thargoid threat completely, sometime in 3308. Meanwhile, Professor Alba Tesreau, who'd recently resigned as head of research from Aegis, has been working with engineer Ramtar to reverse engineer Salvation's superweapon amid concerns that Salvation may be using unethical or dangerous technology against the Thargoids. At the end of August, the long-standing mystery of Hyford's cache in Colonia was finally solved, and the story behind it links into both the 200-year-old story of Azimuth biochemicals and the Guardian Thargoid battle, and the current work to develop a superweapon by Salvation. Commander Hyford had been employed in 3302 and 3303 to transport human test subjects to a secret research base called Oaken Point in HIP 26176. Project Seraph, which appears to have been run by a Professor Thomas Dawn for Azimuth Biochemicals 200 years after it was believed to have ceased to exist, had captured a Thargoid scout ship and was attempting to use cranial implants on human test subjects to allow them to fly the alien ship. Dozens of test subjects died in the process, and Dawn seems to have regarded them with as little compassion as he would lab rats. Dawn's aim was the same as Salvation's 4 years later, to wipe out the Thargoids once and for all. In Dawn's case, he would use the Thargoid technology against its creators. Some limited progress was made before the captured Thargoid scout stopped working. Azimuth's military wing, the Black Flight, based at Fort Ash in HIP 22460, attempted to capture another scout, but they were overtaken by events. In May 3303, Azimuth and the Black Flight were no longer able to conceal the gathering presence of Thargoids around the Pleiades, including much larger and more dangerous Thargoid interceptors, and the order was given to shut down the project and withdraw. The Black Flight megaship Overlook appears to have been attacked and destroyed by Thargoids before it could escape. Just who was in charge of Project Seraph remains a mystery. The logs refer to someone called the Witch. The whereabouts of Professor Thomas Dawn is also unknown, although his obsession for building a super weapon to use against the Thargoids may mean that in the intervening 4 years he has developed links with either Aegis or with Salvation. 3308 is likely to see either the triumph of humanity over the Thargoids at the hands of Salvation, or the unmasking of Salvation, if, as Professor Tesreau posits, they have good reason for concealing the true nature of this superweapon. Developments in this story are likely to have a massive impact on humanity, for better or for worse.
The Lave Radio project was our last best. The Lave Radio
Attention. Would you like to reorder Raider Rig? Would you like to do so?
Space can be lonely.
What now?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a rather different and, in fact, what we can't really describe as an episode of Lave Radio at all. But sorry, just did the sort of like made up intro for tonight. Basically, everyone else. Yeah, you were everyone else on the Lave. Yo, brilliant. Everyone else on the Lave Radio crew is off doing namby-pamby, kissy-wissy stuff. And being the two smelly hermits, we thought we would come out and just play some games tonight. So, joining me in the orange Sidewinder for this evening is, of course, Edelweiss, the Edelweiss device, Edelweiss, idly sitting and doing nothing. We thought we would just come on air anyway, and oh dear, that's probably a bit too loud for Ben. Oh no, it's okay, it's good, it's cool. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, everybody, it's fine. So we thought we'd just come on and do something, and obviously we were both watching the Frontier stream tonight with the player commander editor. I don't know what you'd call it, but it was epic. Yeah, I know, but that sounds more like some kind of fetish club. Is that just me? Oh, aye. So we are broadcasting, we are on Twitch, we are on the radio tonight. We're not doing a kind of formal layout, so it's just a relaxed show tonight. If you've got any questions, do chuck them in. Hollow me, says Mike Snoz. Yeah. Lost the sound, is it just you? Let me have a look and see. It could be all kinds of things, mostly me. Looks okay there.
30 seconds after I posted, we're not doing a show tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, sorry you can't hear Ben. Yeah, as you can see, I was all set up for relaying the Frontier stream on through the Lave Radio stream. So we thought, well, I'll do that. So I had it all set up for that, and I haven't quite unconfigured it back. We've got Ben now. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Grant.
See, he's here, we're here. So we just thought we'd come on, do something to keep you guys entertained for something. I'm currently doing some long-distance missions from Sothis. What are you up to, Ben?
I am grinding my Imperial reputation. So I am... What am I? I'm now 79% of the way through Marquis.
Ooh, that's going to be handy. Somewhere to have your outside barbecues.
Well, hey, what?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a different marquee.
Oh, that kind of Marquis, yes.
Okay, well that makes
that kind of Marquis.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, we've not.
I'm not being allowed to dock the evil swines.
Someone pad blocking.
Commander Titus Balls is here. Hello, Commander Titus Balls.
So you can join us in open. We're just playing along. You feel free to come along. We are in the TeamSpeak channel. Can we turn Ben off again, please? Yeah, probably. We are on the TeamSpeak channel.
Snoz.
We're not going to do a long broadcast. We're going to save the discussion on the various different things revealed this week for next week's show. Although we can definitely pass comment on probably what I think may be the best in-game character generator ever. Yet, I used to think the Eve one was quite good. The Sims ones have always been quite impressive, but
it's always been Skyrim or Fallout that I've always thought is, that's the bollocks.
But I've never, ever seen one with an aging function.
Skyrim has aging and or Fallout has aging and stuff like that, but I've never seen one where you can tweak individual eyes.
Right.
And I could give somebody one red eye, one blue eye. Or indeed, I could give somebody a cyborg eye.
Okay. Yeah, the cyborg eye and the scarring and stuff was spectacular. They've really put an awful lot of stuff into that design. If you didn't see it, then definitely go over and have a look at the sort of past broadcasts. It is definitely worth watching. There was a number of
live
things.
yet? I don't think it is. I'm refreshing every 5 seconds, trying to find trying to see the update that has been pushed live, and I want to see the dolphin thing again because I think I saw ship names in the dolphin reveal.
Okay. Yeah, you can identify everything, says Mike Snowswell. Yep, you can have a black eye, you can have a no eye. I think it's missing a scarred eye. Oh, yep, Skyrim has, even Oblivion has aging. Really?
No, we had...
I've not seen aging in
we
any,
had scarred
in a game.
eyes. Or at least we had a scar going over an eye, and then obviously you could do something with the scar, or with the eye to make it a white one or whatever.
Nopolis is telling me that even Oblivion has aging. I clearly haven't played enough games. I've had a misspent youth being educated fully. What a waste of time that was. Oh, dearie me. So, yeah.
But I think this is richer looking than Oblivion and Skyrim and things like that, I think.
I was really curious about, because remember when they first brought in the powers, and the first thing that happened when powers came in was we were all looking at the pictures of people and thinking they're kind of comic booky, they're not realistic, they're not photorealistic and stuff. And the concern was, how do you have a player character creator that doesn't create something that feels different to those? And I think they've done it. I think it blends beautifully. Some of the faces that they had made, just the stock faces, are just amazing.
It's amazing. And I loved the old Ed face that they made, for example.
Well, yeah. I just think that you need to be able to adjust the height of the avatar.
Oh, yeah. They seem to skip over the body options, I thought.
Yeah,
I suspect they probably did that deliberately, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a wee short Ed that can't see over his dashboard would be hysterical. And I know that my brother is Simoof, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Simoof.
Happy birthday, Simoof!
I know that he's quite keen on being able to increase the body mass to the proportions of someone who needs to be craned out of his cockpit. I don't know why. It's just something he's just desperate to be able to do. So I don't know if they can do that yet or not. Can you make the boobs bigger? Don't know. Can you make the cockpiece bigger? Don't know. Taran 4295, something's very wrong with you. For one, why would you want to do both? That's just... I mean, yes, okay, all possibilities are out there. But seriously? There's got to be a contrast between the two. I think the hormones related, and well, unless you get implants. You know what? We'll move on. So yeah, amazing. And if you didn't see it, do go and check it out when you can. There will be another live stream on Thursday night from 7:00, and that is the multi-crew one. And oh my gosh, 7,000 people at the height of that today watching that. And
7.5.
7.5.
Alright, we're up to 7.5 at least.
And so goodness knows how many more are going to be there on Thursday to see that. I think it's extremely exciting because we're all desperately keen to see what your multi-crew do. Not so much as in the effect it has on the ship, and if I'm being honest, I'm just curious to see what the interface is for the multi-crew. That's what I'm really intrigued about, so I'll be definitely watching on Thursday.
I might be watching Thursday, it depends what's happening, so yeah, I'll definitely be watching it, but I might have to catch it up on Friday or Saturday or something, or next Sunday.
Okay.
Because I am meant to be going home on Thursday night.
Ooh, well, it's half term here, so the kids are off school. We're meant to be doing funky things, but it was our end of year meeting on Friday, and Susie's not quite recovered from being in a seat for as long as she managed. She managed from 10 a.m. right through to 5:30 p.m. and unfortunately we are now paying that recovery back. So yeah, she did brilliantly.
Well, that's good. Like,
yeah, she did really well.
How come you were in there for so long?
Well, it's quite simple. What happened is we got up ready in case he arrived at sort of 11. So Susie's ready, all sorted and ready for this meeting, and he didn't arrive until about 1. So that kind of... There's roadworks. There's always roadworks up our way, and at the moment they're just a pain in the arse. So he got there for about 1 o'clock, and we held him back until 5:30 with a very, very positive chat. It's all about my wife's artwork and how it's doing in the Spain and in all these different places. So it was a real positive.
That's awesome, Phil.
It is.
Aye, that's awesome.
Unfortunately, she's now paying the price for that as a weekend of constant pain and not being able to sit for more than an hour and a half. But we're getting there. Yes, Taran is bringing up the interface for the turrets. Has something to do with the new camera modes and things. It's probably very similar. I did notice that compared to the clunkiness and the controls of the current debug cam, this new camera mode...
My God.
...is amazing.
It's not ignoring how amazing it is. You know, this is... Oh, God, this is so... Okay, we can go into more depth, but I can fly and fight my ship in third-person mode.
I don't know that you can fly and fight it.
Yes, you can. Eddie was flying through that asteroid field. Well, effectively, you can technically do it. But Eddie was flying through that asteroid field and shooting and all that shiz whilst in third-person mode.
In multi-crew mode, you could.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, because the guys could be manning your guns while you're videotaping your epic battle that you probably will die in and crashing into a planet or a rock.
Crash into an asteroid.
or a massive, gigantic megaship. So loads and loads of things that were going on there that were brilliant to see. The player creator is stunning. Hollow Me is amazing, it really is, and can't wait to get our hands on that and see what happens with the community, knowing what we all get up to. And the camera views are spectacular, and in-cockpit camera looks amazing. Yeah, I cannot wait to see the creativity that comes out from the community.
Oh, I love just silly things like the blur and the focus effects as well.
It's a filmmaker's wet dream.
Yes. Oh, it really is.
You know, to do that camera pan from a planet and then bring a nice blurred ship into focus is just... Yeah, I can't wait to see what Obsidian does and the various other...
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do it, but you know how the Frontier did that competition with the... for making a video... A couple of years ago now, wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
I'd love to see them do another one.
Yeah, I think we're going to be really inundated with some stunning footage. Let's have a look and see. I can see the Elite the movie from Content Creators Academic Dusk. I think there'll be a lot more sort of short films and self-indulgence, look at me, I'm a hero kind of films, which are just as epic in their own right, I think. Let's see what's going on Twitch. They showed ship names, but they didn't mention it. Ooh, good spot, Witherspoon. We'll need to have a look at that next week as well.
Hold on, I just mentioned that you...
Did you?
Want
ship names?
Yes. Yeah, the ship names were in the Dolphin trailer.
Oh, I didn't quite catch the whole Dolphin trailer because I was running like a firkin to get through to turn off the stream. Ship names will be spectacular. Yeah, I look forward to that, and hopefully
I think it was the Dolphin was called placeholder ship name.
That's original. Let's have a look and see. Boobies heads. No, you don't get booby heads, Calturn. Honestly, I'm getting worried about you now.
Do we get poopy heads?
Poopy heads, just sort of like bobbling poop head. That's not nice either. Let's see any questions. Ship names was mentioned in LaveCon as being soon, or on the list, in fact.
Well, yeah.
A reasonable rendition of Ed crashing into something using the vanity cam. That is going to be a highlight. But I think, Hutton convoys could be pretty when you've got a convoy of ships and that kind of camera to be able to sit there in a camera ship and film the ships going past and
God,
do.
yes.
It's just so amazing. It is just so amazing. I don't have to pay
Do you
attention
think
to
we'll
Ben.
be kicked out of? We'll be kicked out of the debug cam when we jump into hyperspace. I hope not.
No, we will, because hyperspace is, to all intents and purposes, a loading screen. Did I say that out loud? I did.
Oh, but why can't we have a loading screen whilst we're in debug cam?
Because in the position of your camera is going to be showing, right, so you've got a flat image, which is the nice tunnel that you're going through, and then you're trying to look at it from the side. So I don't think... I am not a booby head!
You can already look for the side though. Yeah, when I'm in hyperspace and things like that, I can already rotate and look around.
Okay. I don't know then. I don't know. I'm not Michael Brooks. Ducalo likes the UI elements around it, making it feel like a drone view of sorts. Yep. Yep.
I like how you can hide it as well.
And Nopolos likes the signal lost functionality when you reach the extremities of the range. 19-year-old naked avatar, says Stoopsex. I worry about you too.
Did you see how far away you could go though, Grant?
I know, it's going to be amazing battles and things and it's a really positive update, I think. And does it add anything to the gameplay though?
Well, the camera Hollow Me isn't really adding any gameplay. Unless you count, can I go and is making my character for 5 hours gameplay? I don't know. To some people, I think it probably is.
I'm just seeing that Stoopsex is saying it wasn't the range that caused the signal lost. It was a collision. Oh, right.
He flew into an asteroid or something.
I thought it was on the extremities of the range. And Angry Gruffalo is asking are we all just holograms? I think we are. Well, I know Ben.
Or is this, yeah.
You want an H in your head if Saul
Is
says
this
Thompson? Yeah, I think H, and then I'll have a W. Were the spoons in with a big gigantic wooden spoon? The camera angles was one thing Star Citizen had that ED didn't. Not anymore. Now all we need is plum toilets in the cockpits.
And fish tanks. We need fish tanks.
Tuplex has come up with an interesting use for that camera, which is to check the other side of asteroids when you're in an asteroid field. I think if you're in the process if you're in the process of doing that, you're going to miss the 15,000 warships sat behind you. And yes, multi crew will change the game for the better. We think definitely.
Yeah, I think multi crew is player, but I'm not sure how much of it is going to be a gimmick content rather than real content.
Yeah, it's again, we just have to kind of reserve judgment for the beta and see how the beta comes on, and just see what happens. Incidentally, by the way, guys, if you are on TeamSpeak, we are currently in the TeamSpeak server. That's teamspeak.laveradio.com. There's no password. We're in the live room just now, just so we could do a quiet intro. But as I say, it's not a particularly normal episode of Lave Radio tonight. We've not got crew, we've not got show notes. We're just having a quick chat, playing the game, so that you guys aren't left going, what happened to Lave Radio tonight? We thought we'd just come in and include you in this. What we can do is we can jump up In fact, we'll go to the green room because everyone can get in there, and we'll have a wee chat with aliens.
Should we jump? Okay, you're going to move me to the green room then?
I'll move you. There you go.
Because I tried moving myself and it said, no, you're not allowed to do that.
No, you're not allowed to do a lot of things. That's just by design. Hey, good evening, alien. And aliens not speaking.
Aliens
Hang
being
on,
very shy.
I had to mute a tab. I had like 2 echoes going on.
Right,
Echo?
sorry. Yeah, you had us alive and then the delayed stream. Well, no, we thought we'd come up and have a chat with you. We've got everyone up here as well, so you want to come and have a chat with us live on air and give us your thoughts, then please do come and join us in the TeamSpeak server. We're just going to be, flying around, doing some missions for a bit, nothing in particular, just, yeah. What did you think, Alien? Did you watch the Well, I know you did. I saw you in there.
I saw the stream.
And what would you say? What's your highlights? What do you think?
Commander Creator or Hollow Me or whatever they're calling it is impressive. I do like that. I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to recreate myself.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, isn't it? When you do that, and then the first outing you get blown to bits, and you got to start again. Like, no, curse you!
That would be too funny.
I see Caltern saying that he's too shy and retiring. Too shy and retiring, but you want to have an elongated crotch and massive boobs in your commander. Okay. Doesn't sound shy and retiring to me. So what about the camera then? Is there any other parts of
Vanity camera.
Yeah, your vanity cam.
Well, I kind of think there was a lot of calling on the forum for this, wasn't there? Oh, we want the classified camera as a proper feature, blah, 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 blah. And it's one of those things, Frontier seem to have listened to the people who shout the loudest.
Yeah, well, they're always accused of that anyway.
True, that's true.
But the thing is, if you have the camera that creates or allows people to create third-party content for you, to using your game engine to create short films.
That's like the best advertising going.
It is, and we know that the graphics in Elite have improved so much since Alpha, that it is worthy of movies. It most definitely is. So I'm really looking forward to sort of amateur filmmakers making stunning visual graphics, like the one, one of the ones that was entered in that filmmaking competition that had the ships rescuing the third guy in the asteroid field and using I don't know how they did it, how they got the reflection of the game footage onto their visors, but it was just amazing. I can't wait for that. But are you going to make any movies?
I'm wondering, me? I've got this ambition, but I'm waiting for atmospheric planet landings to come in, and I want to recreate the FE2 intro properly. Because I've been toying with this idea for quite a while. I mean, I've spoken with Karash about it. But other people have gone and done it. But with the new camera options, once we get the atmospheric planet landings, we should be able to do it properly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and then of course, how do you feel? Here's an interesting question. I know that we have ship skins, and so why should player skins not be any different? And I don't mean the actual physical skin, I mean their jumpsuits and onesies. How do you feel about microtransactions for those kind of content?
I don't mind, to be honest with you. You could see in the live stream tonight, there was like 6 options, and you could you could imagine it in your head thinking on the store there'd be another 12 options for you to buy at £3 a time. And I honestly don't mind, because they're not selling anything that's going to give you any advantage in the game. It's all cosmetic stuff. And if it helps keep the game going, I'm all for it. Because if they didn't have that, we probably wouldn't see any further development as it is now. So we could have been at the end of the development now if it wasn't for things like the microtransactions.
Well, yeah, we all accept that these are awesome. A clothing shop on space stations would be cool when you can walk around, says Adnost. Dogging cam, says Stupex? I hope not. Who will have the first elite wedding?
Elite wedding?
There has been one out in the... crikey, where was it? It was,
What?
yeah, with
Sorry, rip headphone users.
I can't remember. There's been two. I say that these are commanders that have got married, and we've announced them in game. But there was one that was staged way out, although I think it was a virtual marriage, way out between two commanders in the Great Expedition. Out, I think it was Beagle Point.
You, this Sidewinder, take this anaconda to be your lawfully wedded
Right,
wingman.
There's something missing. I mean, and I'd be willing to pay for it through microtransactions as well. And that is because when someone brings their ship in line with the front of your ship to the cockpit, we need pilot gestures even. We need to be able to give them signals.
And gestures.
And gestures as well, yeah. just the
What, you mean like waving? You mean some other
that's
gesture?
what he means.
I was trying to give you a way out of that, but no, you had to step both feet right into that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you're waving, fist shaking, yeah, that's what it is. Or offering a coffee.
Did you notice
freshly grinded coffee beans?
Well, ironically enough, did you hear me grinding my coffee just there or something?
No. It is Valentine's Day, you're allowed to.
And that's not a euphemism.
Oh my god, where are we going?
Alright, here's a fun fact for you. What coffee grinder was in the original Alien film?
Oh god.
There was a coffee grinder in the original Alien film. It was a 223A, and that was the same model coffee grinder that was used in Back to the Future as Mr. Fusion.
Okay,
that's interesting. I loved the tribute to Carrie Fisher with the megaship.
Yeah.
Fisher's Rest, it's a carrier.
There you go.
But you know you want to go for a ride on her anyway.
Well,
sorry.
It should have 11.
Too soon to go there.
It should have 11 engines and run blockades. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
I just hope that, Jabba doesn't die. Oh no, he is. Well, he doesn't get a tribute. Anyway, so, I don't know, let's see, who can we grab from up there? Should we grab someone else down? And
Is Witherspoon up there? Grab him over.
I seen he's up there. Chris Fallon
Spike's
down.
up there.
We'll grab
Jimmy the Mud.
We'll grab Icini. Yeah, we'll leave Jimmy. We'll grab Icini. Hello, Icini. Oh, damn.
Yoink.
We just grabbed you down to be live on Lave Radio for no reason other than the fact that we could. Don't freak out. You're okay. You're safe. I'm safe. Yeah, you're safe. We just wanted to see what you thought about tonight. Did you catch the Frontier stream?
I saw a bit of it. I saw a bit with the character creation. I did notice that the character spent most of his time looking like he was looking at the end of his nose. He's got a problem with his eyes.
They did say it was early beta. I was quite impressed at the way that the head moved when they went to the cockpit shop, where you could see the arms moving, the joysticks and control throttles and stuff, and then you could see the head looking around as the ship moved. That was quite natural looking. But if you're saying he's cockeyed, then
it's early beta. I'm sure somebody will go around. Yeah, I think we'll just reposition the eyes at a couple of degrees. Press F1 to reset the camera look. It should be fine.
I love that. I love that.
But yeah,
idea
it's
of
a big
reset
improvement.
eyes. Yeah. Well, I was, as I say, we were chatting about the fact that, when they released Powers and we saw the pictures of all the particular representatives, and you're thinking, when they go to a player creator, are they going to be able to create players that match those? Not as in identical, hello, look, I'm Denton, Patrius, but I'm not. But more along the lines of being able to sort of have, because what I think going forward would be epic is when Galnet has stories on players and then uses pictures of that player character.
It will be if they can keep it all in the database.
True, but surely, as far as I could tell, it was procedurally generated faces.
It should be so. It should be a list of codes, because it would be interesting to have this character that you've got. There's a bad man in this system. Let's go and find him, and then find out if he's gone to another system and get him there.
Yeah, I also like the idea of...
It'll be a whole new idea of...
Damn it, I was just losing cargo again. But I like the idea of, that mole on that player's face getting bigger because they've been, caught too close to the sun a couple of times.
That would be interesting. I don't know if they'll ever better do it.
No, I don't think that. I don't
Well,
think that's got any value.
If we can fly between the stars, but we can't do anything about a mole. You need some some polarized windscreen.
That is very true. That was an interesting thing. It just flew past my windshield.
That was your cargo, wasn't it?
It wasn't me for a change.
I have definitely lost cargo. I am definitely going to struggle to complete these missions upon arrival. That serves me right for doing long
If I
distance
knew I was going to be asked for my critique, I would have made sure I watched a bit more of the live stream.
Well, no, because there's other things that were in it were showing the various different uses of the new, as it's been dubbed by Alien, Vanity Cam, which is a much...
No, it wasn't by me. That's what they were calling it.
Vanity Cam? I don't know how that works. Drone Cam would be nicer.
Yeah, they're not calling it that now. They're calling it Camera Suite now, but they were calling it Vanity Cam.
Well, it's for those gratuitous ship photographs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ship porn, as we all like to take.
And now we can have player porn.
We're going to have some... I do... Oh, yes. I presume that the flight suits will only come in various colours, not in skin colour, with added extras.
God, I hope not.
It won't be long before somebody does, though. You know what packages are like. But if it was only a couple of weeks before... It wasn't long before we had Laura Croft running around in the buff, so it won't be long before somebody finds a way of having their ship players, you see the films, some people like to fight in the buff, keep it all hanging loose.
Yeah, well, gravity, anti-gravity is quite pleasant on some bits.
It would be, yes, that would be better.
Not that I know.
Odie, did you want to say something?
Oh, no, I don't.
I was just going to say, Elite Dangerous porn, oh god, I can see it happening.
Well, it wasn't long before we had Laura Croft running around with the buff, so it's going to happen.
And the Sims plugin as well, which obviously, you could depixelate the pixelations for your shower scenes if you're into your 8-bit porn.
All I could... There would be the boarding a ship, then there'd really be boarding a ship.
I suppose it puts a whole new idea to the Simpsons plugin, eat my shorts, I already have done.
That's how I survived this long. Right, Craigie.
It is indeed.
I shall chuck you back up, Iceni, back to your chat room, and I'm going to grab someone else down and see what they say. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Bye, Iceni.
Bye. I'm not going to grab Skip Rat. That would be silliness. But we'll grab Spike. Hello, Spike. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hey, Spike.
Hello.
We're just robbing people down because we've not got a proper episode of Lave Radio, so we thought we'd talk to people that know better than us. So
when you brought me.
Well, I was going to ask you. Do you know anyone?
Nah, not tonight. No, Skip Rat's upstairs, but you definitely don't want to be speaking to him.
Yeah, we should bring him down and talk about Elite Dangerous, the game that he rage quitted and threw and gave away. Did you catch the Frontier stream tonight?
Yeah, I missed about the first sort of 15-20 minutes of it, so I caught the end of the Commander beta and then saw into the debug camera stuff. I was very impressed, I must admit. I was impressed with even on the Commander Creator, where the sort of the character's sort of eyes are looking, and it seems to sort of occasionally move and shrug its shoulders. The attention to detail was really cool.
Do you think that they'll have? If I'm looking at you in the cam or whatever the hell it's called, camera creator thing, and you're looking around the cockpit, do you think that your character will follow where you're actually looking?
Oh, that's a good. If you're doing the
sync it up with Oculus.
Yeah, I think so. I think they will.
That'd be awesome if it does.
they're doing that with your hand and the joystick. So if you're flying with a hot ass and you move your joystick, then the hand moves in game.
Yep.
So I think they probably will do that attention to detail,
And that
which would be really cool.
So cool.
No, it's not. It's going to be horrific if you're in a Vive and you stand up and get out of your seat.
It'd be more embarrassing if they caught you staring at someone's butt when you're in the Vive.
What if you sat in your seat in the game, but in real life, if you stand up and you turn around 180, you'd be doing the thing from The Exorcist, won't you?
Yeah, it'd be horrific. Maybe that's what you should save up and hold on to for when somebody comes too close to your cockpit, and then just do that 360 head rotation.
Well, this is all stuff that we have to test, really, isn't it?
Oh, I can't wait for beta.
It'd be an add-on for the store. The Exorcist module.
Oh, projectile vomiting. Yeah. Oh, just.
Privacy
privacy
you
modes.
want a gestures, Grant?
I do want gesture. I
Well,
think
you've got privacy modes because you've got the.
You've got the cameras, haven't you? And you can have an opaque. I mean, the
Yeah.
helmets instead. You can have an opaque
helmet,
one.
yeah.
Okay, let me just explain to me then. In privacy mode, so with an opaque helmet, what can you get away with? You cannot scratch your arse without the other commander seeing.
No.
So I reckon they should apply window decals. So that
You would have little comic eyes on the outside of your helmet.
no.
Was that wrong? Did that come out? Did that come out really bad?
That sounds epic. Now that you said that, that would be googly eyes on your.
Yeah,
red
you have
lock.
little googly eyes that wobble as you turn around. Instead of bobblehead, you can have bobble eyes.
I was meaning you don't have opaque windows on your ship, and that would obviously be a better
No.
privacy mode. So you know how you can get those currently now with your wing mirrors. There's a sort of current passes through it, and then it will darken down for night driving.
Yeah. So
So
they'll probably do it. 'Cause I've not flown the Orca, but that's got to have blacked out passenger windows. So maybe you'll have an upgrade, and you can have your ship windows tinted
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And
in a
then
vanity pack.
get pulled over by the cops outside the station in high security zones, going, "Excuse me, mate, that's too tinted. Yeah, your windows are illegal in this system." Oh, damn.
It's more than 25%. You're not allowed to do it. No, I think that would work. We should start petitioning them for that.
Yeah, to
But blacked out tinted windows.
different coloured window tints and sell them. Yeah, that's another item to sell in the shop, along with shoes, commander shoes, boots, and
I think they will. I mean, they did talk about adding in more advanced sort of, I'm going to say, costumes, outfits, spacesuits. They sort of hinted at that there'll be additional ones of those appearing in the store later on. If you didn't just like the standard few colours of a jumpsuit.
oh, Ben.
Or was it only me that caught that bit?
No. I mean, I saw the jumpsuits and I saw the onesies, the flight suits, the onesies. They are onesies. They have a zip at the front, and they are onesies, and they look amazing. And it'll be good to get different colours. I love the fact that you can put your decals on them as well. That's really smart.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch.
No, you can put their decals on them. You can't put your decals on them. That would imply you can create decals.
Well, no, the ones that you already own, I think
Frontiers
they're
decal.
implying. Yeah, the ones that you've already earned or been rewarded or whatever. So we should have put the Lave radio ones on.
Yeah, the LaveCon. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it, for that time?
Has been very topical with that one. That's all right.
Thank you.
So hang on, that's a question then. Would it be decals that are currently out, or would it be specific decals for the suit?
Well, from what I could see,
I thought it'd be one that's already out.
yeah, from what I could see, it was all the decals that were part of your standard ranks and things for your trade rank and things. So I can only imagine, seeing as that will have the same as the current decals, that it should be. Well, I assume it should be transferable. We'll have to check that one out in beta.
I
as well.
hope it'd be good if it does.
Yeah, your LaveCon badge.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
and stuff.
difficult to code, surely.
But
It's just a shrinking of it and putting it on.
I noticed you can change the colours of that as well from about 2 or 3 different colours.
Oh, that's a nice little touch.
to match your.
I did think Ed got quite carried away with modelling himself. It was very, very funny to watch.
Just
he
a
was
bit,
very
yes.
good.
Although I didn't
Quick,
think...
give me a beard. More, no, a bit more beard.
More
Maybe
beard.
young again.
I think Noel Edmonds, but shorter.
I did think, though, that Ed's hair in real life is glossier than his hair in the game.
they just can't quite model that.
Can't model the shine.
I think he needed like twin 1080 Ti's to do that.
It's going to be interesting, but it's
Need more
good
cowbell.
good that you brought up LaveCon, because of course this week they put the camping tickets up on sale, so you can get a silver camping ticket that will cover your food costs and all the different options. And of course, if you are coming along for the day and you fancy staying around from the Saturday night for the special hog roast meal, vegetarian options are available if you want to go to the slightly lesser impressive cabbage roast.
Oh, so we have a vegetarian hog as well.
You've got a bun. You've got a bun.
Is that on the Saturday? Because I thought that was the Friday.
Saturday.
Fridays is the ambassador's meal, which is an extra again. So there's loads of extras that you can buy. But yes, come along to the hog roast. It should be a lot of fun. And so that tickets are going up for that. And the camping options are up. And the alternative hotel stays are up as well. And as well as those additions to LaveCon, which we're going to have Alan and Karen talk to us a bit about next week, hopefully on the show. But along with that, we also had tickets go on sale for Elite Meet last weekend, just there, and that is in April the 1st in the Mercure Grand Hotel in Bristol. And details on that are available at elitemeet.info. You can get tickets now. You phone the hotel directly to book your room. There's a code on the website that will give you a discounted room and also count your room towards our event. There'll be some, there's nothing, it's not as organised. That's not right. It's not the right words. It is
formal.
It's not as formal as the likes of LaveCon. And
structured.
Yeah, Fantasticon. It is much more a meet with some food and lunch put on, and then there's an evening meal that you can get a ticket for as well, which is a sort of buffet, which will be in the evening, obviously, and you can get that as well. The reason why we've got those is because the hotel's offering various different options to us from the organisational side of it, that if we can get enough people eating the evening meal, so if you buy an evening meal ticket, it'll go towards covering the cost of the large hall in the evening. So that's why it's on sale separately, because rather than risk the potential of being hammered for the cost of the hall, we're trying to keep the costs as cheap as possible for people who just want to turn up for the day. And that way you don't end up paying towards something you're not going to be part of. But ideal for coming along for a trial of the Oculus Touch, which will be there. The Vive will be there, so you can try them. What's that game that you've arranged as a demo of, Ben?
Unseen Diplomacy is the game. So,
Yep.
Yeah, do we have... Will we have... Or do you know anything about the rooms that we'll have? Because I think Unseen Diplomacy needs a good, say, a 4x4 meter gameplay area that you can point and laugh and giggle at people as they crawl around with no idea what the hell's actually going on around them.
I think we can arrange that. I think we can possibly arrange that. Maybe we can only do it for a bit of the day, but we could certainly do something. And we've got a very.
I think it would be absolutely hilarious if there's going to be like a stage, doing that up on stage, and then just pointing and laughing and watching people doing it.
We won't have a
That
stage.
was so much fun watching folk doing it at EGX.
Okay. Well, we're definitely going to have it down for LaveCon, and thank you to Ben for getting in touch with the developers who kindly gave us a key to demo with, which is brilliantly kind of them.
Yep. That's Katie Good, I think, is her name, who arranged that, but they're going to be off in America, unfortunately, so they can't make it, which is a bit of a shame, because they were nice people, and they're ex-Frontier staffers as well. Coincidentally enough.
Yeah, brilliant. So we look forward to sort of getting a go at that. I've not played it yet myself. Tonight, I tried Pulsar, which has just released a VR update to the game, and I have to say it's exciting. It's clunky. That's for sure. You have to change all your settings to low or it doesn't work properly and the entire ship disappears and you're left with your head floating in space, which is a bit ugh. The movement is using the slide pads on your HTC Vive controllers, and putting your thumb in a position will then move your character forward. To the sides will be a sort of strafing movement left and right, and then on the other controller it will be turning left and right. So it works, but the movement itself is a bit vomit inducing, but that can be dealt with, I'm suppose, at some point. However, what is freaking awesome in it, and if they ever do come out with a game and just take that small element, it will be the phasers are just awesome. The pistols, the laser pistol firing, Ben, it's epic. It is just the most epic. So your controller becomes a pistol, and then you can lift your pistol in front of your eye. You can examine your weapon. I'm trying not to be crude here, and it's not working. And then you can aim that weapon and fire. And the way that the laser fires is it's just delightful. It is just wonderful. So I'm hoping to get a lot of experiences of that for people at Elite Meet and LaveCon as well this year, so that you can come and have a go and just fall in love with the aspects that work in VR brilliantly. Movement is still going to be a problem, I think, so we'll have to wait and see how that develops over the coming years. But yes, LaveCon tickets on sale, Hog Roast on sale, camping ticket options on sale now, Elite Meet on sale now, elitemeet.info, and you can get there. It's in Bristol. Will be another Elite Meet next year somewhere else. So, if it's in your neck of the woods and you really want it, then you can get in touch with the organisation team through the elitemeet.info website and just have a look, and we can talk about what's in your area, ideal locations, etc. And you can get as involved in that as you want to, if you want to secure one in your back doorstep or in your house. I think
I know that some folks were complaining that there's never been one up Yorkshire way. And then I said, well, you got Fantastic on in Hull. And they're like, yeah, but why would I want to go to Hull?
Oh, it's a tad harsh.
I'm not disagreeing.
Okay, so Yorkshire. Okay, well,
Sorry,
that's the thing.
Hull.
Yeah, well, no, there's nothing wrong with Hull. I've been there. It was alright.
Personally, I prefer Uddersfield.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's it. We need Elite Meet Uddersfield.
Where's Uddersfield?
Yorkshire.
Leeds.
I think we need one in the Midlands, because that way anyone coming from the south will have no
had
trouble trying to
Birmingham.
find
We
us.
did Birmingham.
Well, yeah, well, it does actually say, because it says on the motorway, it says the Midlands and the North, so it'll be no problem trying to find us.
Okay.
I know what. Next, let's have Elite Meet in every single city at the exact same time.
Well, a virtual one.
That's just called Lave Radio Online, and we all sit at home and we can choose our drinks and poisons of choice. Yeah, it's a difficult. I've got the slowest fuel scoop in the world. This was a mistake. It's only 37 jumps, and I'm having to stop, and I've been stopped for 10 minutes, and I've not even got a quarter tank.
Are you exploring again?
No, God, no.
Oh dear.
I'm in a
Still.
Passenger missions.
Type 6. No, I'm doing long range missions from Sothis, but they've got no decent equipment out there for me to kit this damn thing up a bit. So I'm heading back in with some long distance multi-million missions, and then I'm going to soup up and get an Asp Explorer, which has got a much better jump range to make this less painful and much quicker. But I'm kind of in that mid.
Why don't you call the fuel rats? Call the fuel rats.
Yeah, ask them to fly with you.
Yeah, but I've got a fuel scoop. I don't need no fuel rats. I just need a better fuel scoop. Just something a little bit bigger than this bloody funnel that I'm holding out my window and driving round the sun.
Where am I? Oh, 97% Marquis, so I'm nearly at my giant space dildo.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm going to say, Grant, is they have fuel, you don't. Any questions?
Now, I don't know, have any of you guys backed or following the EDRPG project on Kickstarter?
No,
Well,
but I
yeah.
heard something happened.
Yeah, now, we've not exactly got any sort of lowdowns on it. We're going to get more information on this as soon as we can, and we were hoping to have Alan available to come and go through what's going on, but he's not available tonight. But it's just to bring to everyone's attention that there is an action going on with that claiming breach of infringement of IP, which needs to be resolved before the project can continue and finish. But as I say, we will hopefully have information on that next week from Alan as well. So Alan will be in giving us the LaveCon rundown and a little bit of the information on the EDRPG. If you have backed the project, it will have sent you a message explaining the situation, telling you that it's basically on hold, so it's kind of frozen. So I think it only had maybe 5 days left. So when they finally resolve...
There's 4 days left, yeah.
4 days left. When they finally resolve the matter, it will then just continue as normal from that point. If you are currently pledged, your pledge will remain unless you choose to withdraw it, etc., etc. You can go in and do that through the pledge manager on your website, or wait and see what happens. As I say, we'll get Alan in next week. I feel really bad for the poor guys. It just seems to be that, they've been really unlucky. And the timing was, it's just such a shame to have crossed your goal and be looking forward to your stretch goals and then to run into a big glitch that you didn't see coming from left field. So hopefully, I wish the guys all the luck. We had tons of fun playing the game. I've backed it. I'm excited to see it come to fruition, and I wish them the best of luck and hope that they're not losing too much sleep over it. Right, what am I doing? 10.76 per second. That's my fuel scoop. 10. Let's see if I can increase that. Oh,
You tried opening your fuel scoop.
I think I'm getting more fuel through osmosis in my skin.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I wish. It is a class. It's not even a 1A. It is.
There's your problem.
It's a 1E because it's the only fuel scoop I can get.
Oh, wow.
I don't even have. I wouldn't even bother putting one of those on a Sidewinder.
It's just, you know what? It is purely because I need to get to where I'm going. Let's have a look and see if that's enough to get me to my destination. It might just be not quite. I need a wee bit more. I'm 3 jumps short.
I have to admit, I've made a wee bit of use of the, our storage containers that we kind of can shipping of our modules. Yeah, I've gone off and basically given, I've got a load of my, I guess I'd say essentials in storage, ready for me to pull off. So I've got a large fuel scoop in storage. I've got a couple, and some smaller ones as well, and I can just pull them to me if I'm ever in dire straits.
Right, who's joined us in the TeamSpeak here? It's not spoken up yet. I'm just checking for questions on the Twitch chat. Escape velocity is, that's actually a Lave bot that said that, so there's no point reading that out. I typed it in. The star will die out before I finish scooping it. Shut up, Shirts. Stuff you. I'll wait for it to go supernova, then I'll ride the wave out. Oh, dearie me. Ben, are you coming to Elite Meet? Wait for this one, Mike Snoswell's asking.
I am indeed, yes. I've given permission from the wife to go to Elite Meet.
Ben's wife's amazing.
I am crashing. He is. I'm crashing at Commander Alot's on his living room floor or something.
2 places.
So I'm not staying in the hotel, but I've been given some floor space to sleep on.
Tuplex is suggesting that I might actually have a fuel leak. I'm just going to go and reverse back and have a check and see if I'm venting any gases from my T6. No, looks okay as far as I can see now. Sadly, I don't think that's the reason, no. Beautiful yellow.
See, Grant, if you had access to the camera, you'd be able to do all this in real time and things.
Yep. It's a beautiful game. I mean, this is just a stunning game, I remember when I first saw the first screens from the very first Star Citizen Alpha when it came out and landed on this part of a rock, and the cinematography in it was just delightful. It was just leaps and bounds better than what we had in Elite, and now it's not quite so sparse, the distance and difference between the two. It's just beautiful. Oh, look, there I am. Let's go and wave at myself. See, we need gestures. Tell you what, I don't have a waistline like that, that's for sure. There's no way you could get those little extra control panel sides out. I wonder if they'll design chairs for wider commanders.
We just have it oozing over the edge.
Teams to unload the cargo and a special team to unload the commander. Let's see.
Did you see that photo of somebody went off and basically took a large woman and turned her into a cupcake?
Deedy me. Right, we've got Skip Rat and Skip Rat. Do we ask?
Get your popcorn out.
Do we ask Skip Rat?
Hello.
Do we ask Skip Rat a question? Do we? Did you watch the live stream, Skip Rat?
The live stream, what, tonight?
Yes.
No.
No.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
And I know that you are a very much non-Elite Dangerous player now, thanks to the changes in the last update that just gave you, well, no choice but to take your gaming time elsewhere.
I'm definitely not out of playing Elite Dangerous. I've just put it to one side to see.
Yeah, but you say put it to one
to
side.
see what they do with the game. Yeah. It's put on the shelf.
Yeah, in someone else's house.
Yeah, but if they make the changes that I would like them to make, then it will be worth rebuying the game and therefore start playing it again.
Oh, fantastic! Well, that's a very honest critique, and I know that your issues with it are, for you they are, they were enough to make you think I don't want to play this. Is making me annoyed, and that's fair enough because I know this. In fact, Nick, who's here as well, I know there was a point during the game development that Nick decided that a holiday from Elite was required until such times as he felt there was that spark to get back into the game. And I think a lot of us go through little player holidays. Anyone else had a desire to take a wee step away from Elite for a bit? No, just you, Skip Rat. You splitter.
I think that's no. I have. I've been playing Minecraft Sky Factory 3.
Okay. I'm looking at Carl Turn saying he's a plus-size pilot too. Well, I hope he's saying that and I've not just misinterpreted it. Oh, plus-size commanders. Yes, you got a tick box next to waist size.
Yeah, and they skipped over all the body shapes, which I'm a bit gutted about because I want to see what the options are there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, though. Do you want to be the midget space pirate? Short.
Yeah, so you have a figure jump range. If you're really light, surely that's got to make your ship light and your jump range goes further.
Oh, don't say that. I'm never going to get this T9 to move.
Well, that would work as long as you've got anybody that happens to be over a ton. I mean, Jabba the Hutt might be an extra couple of tons on the load, but
I could
and a
see
plus-size cabin to
Explorers.
sleep in.
I could see Explorers though deliberately making small commanders just to get that extra 0.0001 light year.
Now it's funny because we've got.
Have you ever seen? Sorry, have you ever seen the character creation options for Ark Survival Evolved? And have you seen the crazy things some people have done with that?
No. As I say, I think for me, Sims and Eve were the kind of games that I played to death and used the player creator to really make the most bizarre looking people. But I think I was watching it was Human in Dark Souls, and he made a gigantic tomato person.
Tomato.
There's no other description for it. It was a gigantic tomato with a parrot beak. It was very bizarre. I'm just seeing that Kilturn is disillusioned about the runes fiasco, and that was the point I was going to raise, that a lot of the frustration with Frontier in the games is when you bring in anything at all, you bring in new features when old features aren't working. And I know that the fiasco with the runes about sometimes it works in certain modes, other people were having problems getting the particular, was it the circle stones, doing whatever it is they're going to do. I don't know, I've not seen it. But I think you are right. When bugs remain through builds, it can be frustrating to... because you're not there. You're not part of the team, so you can't see that there's a team that's working on that and that there's other teams working on the other parts, and then they bring their parts into the game which are working, or maybe they introduce new bugs, whatever. But that the team and the departmentalization of those teams is what leaves you thinking, why did you never fix this bug, when actually this guy's working on it as you speak. Nick, are you here? He seems to be muted. I don't know if I've muted him or he's muted himself. Because Nick has dabbled in some games development, so he's got quite an interesting point of view from the point of view of from developer side of it for these kind of things. But I'm not quite sure what your issue with the runes fiasco is, Calturn, if it is just a case of the bugginess or if there's something more specific in the way that it's being done. So I'll keep an eye out for your chat when you come. Oh, you were part of Canon, and you did... Okay, so you had a podcast running specifically about the runes, and then... yeah, you flounced, essentially. That's okay, you're in good company. Skiprat, I think, definitely can be identified as a flouncer in that particular circumstance. I think that's fair to say, Skiprat. It was an impressive flounce.
No. There was more to it than that. But I think it is right to say, I mean, what people have to realise is even myself have to remind myself when it comes to the game and the frustrations that come out with it, it is supposed to be a long-term project. It is supposed to take, something like 10 years to create, they reckoned, when they originally put the game out. So some people are going to have a little bit of patience.
That was just to fix the space station's disappearing bug. It was going to take 10 years. Yeah, so I've just had a look around there.
That was people saying, "Oh, we want to know about the road plan. Tell us about the road plan. What have we got in future? What have you got planned? Blah 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 blah." And Frontier just came out and said, "Well, look, we've got a 10-year plan in place."
Are you suggesting they just made it up?
Pretty much, yeah.
Someone is mentioning on the IRC chat, it might be dead in 8 years. Calturn, it could die next year. That's the beauty of it, is the fact that it's liquid. But when you look at their financial statement that came out, and I know someone was questioning why pay attention to them, it's because it gives you an idea when things are going wrong and when there is a danger of it. Noplius, what is your issue with holograms? What is it? Do you not like the idea of holograms? Do you not like the Hollow Me? I'll need to wait and see his answer. Patience from Skiprat's mouth. Did I hear that? Yes, you did, Mike Snoswell. It's kind of like hearing tolerance from yours. Oh, it's all right. I'm going to get bitten in the arse by Alvin again. I know it's going to come. So, what do we think about the removal of pot cruddle? We don't so much have a physical being. Right, okay, because this screams one thing to me, and I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you guys have your say first, because there's one thing that really bugs the shit out of me, okay, about this consciousness being transferred across space. It's not about doing exploration data at all. It's more specific than that. But how do you guys feel about the fact that it's holograms that are being projected in a cockpit?
What?
Well, I think it's better a hologram than a space pixie pulling my purple pixels.
They were not purple the first time we said that, you know. We tried to keep that a little bit cleaner.
I can understand why they've done it, because it allows people to go out exploring. They can, it's a bit sort of like CQC, you can join in some other fun and you can do the exploring stuff. I don't quite like the idea of it. I don't mind if you're close in the same system being able to jump, but jump from the other side of the galaxy and join in seems... I mean, I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun, but I don't quite like the idea of it.
Is this for the multi-cruise?
Yes.
I would have preferred it if they kind of went back to the old Elite Frontier version where you actually had to hire a crew. So when people jump into the game, they're not jumping in as themselves. They're jumping in as a member of the crew that you've already hired. And rather than it being automated, it just becomes a player character that your friends run.
See, this is
That's a good idea.
This is the kind of genius that Frontier could have done with, when Skiprat had flounced and turned his back on them. That's not what's going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, did you ever play Frontier First Encounters in Frontier Elite 2? Did you ever go from a Cobra Mark III to a Panther Clipper and sat there waiting for 8 crew?
Yes.
Okay, are you ready for what my problem is with holographic displays of other commanders in your ship?
You've watched too many episodes of Star Trek and it always goes wrong?
No, not so much that. I mean, I'm thinking, there's two things. One, it's a fucking hologram, right? What's the point? What is the point? What can it do at all? Nothing. It's a fucking light show. It's a light show. It's not pulling on a stick. Why the hell bother? In fact...
you've not watched Red Dwarf?
With the whole issue of you've got multi-deep space, you've got multiple internet connections, all linked in. Can you imagine it? Could you blow up that ship? Hold on a second, I'm buffering. It's just horrible. What benefit is it to having somebody who's not in your ship pretend to be in your fricking ship? That doesn't make any sense. We'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to do a picture of them. It's a cardboard cutout. It's going to be more use. At least you can punch it when that part of your ship stops working.
The question is then, if you're only a hologram in your ship, where are you?
AI! Why not just have AI? Why not just have AI? That's what it is. It's not artificial.
Alan could tell us that, and he'd have to shoot us.
Yeah, it's true. So,
why have a hologram? If you're going to send all the data for a hologram, why not just have, remote assist? Microsoft manage it.
Yeah, wasn't the original reason that Frontier weren't going to put crews on ships was because the ships were so advanced that they only needed one crew member to manage? If that's the case, then what's the point in having multi-crews if they're not really needed because the ship can do it itself and therefore only one pilot's required?
There is an answer to that, and there is the difference in having a personality behind a gun. Who has ability to formulate and follow different circumstances, to take different chances, to do covering fire, whereas AI might not be able to think that way. So there's a difference between a human and an AI, for example, in anything. So that makes sense, but it's just the whole having a hologram in the ship is beautiful, right? It's amazing gameplay. It's going to be so much fun. I do not discount the gameplay side of things whatsoever. And having someone in your rear guns that can follow the command of don't follow that ship, shoot at the little ship. I know that one's a threat, but actually it's not damaging my ship, and you override it. Whereas with AI, that would be hold on a minute while I go to screen 3. Go to this button here and then that button. You can say it directly to that other person, that other commander, and they can then take on those instructions. So I understand the gameplay aspect of it, but the logical aspect of it, having a hologram of another player in another ship who's currently crashing into an asteroid, do they die when their ship blows up? No, of course not. It's not. It's like the all SRVs. So I do. Yeah, inflatable autopilots would be amazing.
like an airplane.
Yeah. But I still like Pot Cruddle, where you add hot water and the 3D prints the pilot and then programs in their persona into it. But again, that's equally ridiculous. But, we've got holograms coming, we've got HoloMe's coming, we've got these digital representations, which does open up some interesting storyline possibilities when you're setting an assassin mission and you blow up the ship, then find out that actually that character wasn't really on that ship. That was just their HoloMe.
Are you saying that they're in another castle?
They're currently in someone else's ship doing something better physically. And obviously when we get out of cockpits, then the HoloMe can possibly be rewritten to being, I don't know, what's the opposite of holo? A stuffed me?
Solid?
Solid me? Hard? No. Let's avoid that one.
Isn't that a bit like saying body's not really here, it thinks I just get in the way and I'm off at some party somewhere?
Yeah.
While it takes you off to the total perspective vortex.
It's just, it's interesting. Well, let me go and see if we have an issue with that hologram from Nopolis. Yes. We are drone pilots. None of us are actually in our ships. We're all in that Bruce Willis movie where we're just fat, broken human blobs inside machines. Is that what we're going for, guys? Is it? That's that's the universe that we live in. We're just not here. Nobody's doing anything. That's the sort of feelings coming from TeamSpeak. I don't know. I mean, obviously you've got a degree of realism. I'm looking forward to being out of cockpit, but I don't think out of cockpit is going to work if your instancing doesn't work any better than it does. Can you imagine having a truckers meet in Hutton Orbital, and we all... In fact, I don't know if you could fit more than 32 people in Hutton Orbital. But if you could, and all the truckers turn up there for a big meeting, and we all line up on pad 3, and, I can see Dave, I can see Mike Snoswell, I can see Alvin, but Alvin can only see Dave and Spike, and Ben arrives, and he crashes his ship and accidentally lands on Splendor. We all laugh, except for 2 of us who can't see Splendor because he's not in our instance. It's a mess, that, but isn't it? That's a worry, but maybe we can get further on with the netcode by then.
It's going to be a bit frustrating if the netcode's not working and you've got multi-crews and somehow you're sitting in the middle of space in a suit with a turret to sit in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out the sort of benefits of having remote control from long-distance turrets. I'm really interested to see because that's going to come on Thursday night stream, Skip, right? If you're going to watch that, they're going to show you the mechanics of it. Now, Pulsar is great fun because you run around the ship and things go on fire and stuff, so there's a lot of gameplay in the ship to keep you busy. In multi-crew, I'm really interested to see whether or not from the Hollow Me we get our view and we have head look as a Hollow Me as well, in order to be able to look around, see the different characters and stare at the screen that we're activating. But I'm really desperately interested to see what that screen represents and how it looks and what you can do from it. That's what's going to be really interesting from my point of view. I don't know if anyone else has any ideas of... I know we had the sort of article that explained it, but to see what it's going to look like is quite exciting.
Yeah, a nice little touch would be if you're actually you're the commander of your ship when you haven't got your friends in your ship. If you turn around using the VR headsets and stuff, will the panels show what your friends will see when they take up the positions in your ship?
Yeah, we just don't know. And if you can jump to different parts of the ship and things like you can in the likes of Battlefront games. Is it Battlefront?
That probably will happen, but you'll need to be able to walk around the ship before that happens.
Yeah, it really is. I'm just refueling again, so it could be a couple of minutes. It really is quite an unknown factor. That's the interesting thing. Just don't know what it's going to be like.
Negotiating with a strange guy at the bar. I want your mission. I want to take your goods. I'll do it at a better deal.
Maybe Star Citizen could borrow the netcode. What now? Calturn is definitely a bit of a troll. Yes, what multi-crew does outside of combat. Well, Taran, as far as we can tell, it doesn't look like there is much outside of combat. However, when you're talking about exploration, it could be interesting from the point of view of when you discover something and then you can... I know there's the space tourism threads in the forum, and what they're looking at is a point at which you can then teleport into that cockpit to experience sights and sounds. And with the new cameras and stuff, the footage we're going to get from some of these beautiful graphical anomalies is going to be spectacular. So to be there, for example, I think, Spike, was it you that parked up the Hutton Truckers account? It might have been Russell that parked it up at the alien crash site.
I took it there for a while, yeah, when we did the GIMP 2 run.
Yeah, because I logged in to do some group work and didn't pay attention to what actually it was doing. And I was sitting doing other bits and pieces, and I heard these weird noises like an orgasming seal and a farting elephant, all these kind of weird noises coming in my headphones. I think, what the hell? And then realised that it was the alien ruin. And I've got a feeling that one of the benefits of the multi-crew is that people can set up shop at these new locations and then invite commanders and their friends list and other commanders to come in who might not otherwise be able to get there, to come and experience that kind of side of the game as well. So I think that's probably where it's not going to be a sort of in-game mechanic that's particularly causing it to do that, but it's definitely a player use of the game, the multi-crew mode, and I think that'll be quite interesting to be able to go and have a look at.
Calton's asking a very valid question here, Grant.
Yeah?
How do you know what a seal orgasm sounds like?
Oh, well, when I was...
We've all got the Discovery Channel, haven't we?
Yeah, when I used to live in Canada, I joined a club.
Is that like a new version of seal watching? A bit like...
It's kind of like... Something
like that.
You went clubbing with seals.
Well, there's you know, have you ever seen the Eskimo that came in with snow on his top lip? He was a mechanic. I've ruined that joke. Anyway, it looked like he'd blown a seal. Where am I? Have I got enough fuel for this last bit? I think I have. I think we can finally get to... Oh, I'm near stations. I could go and refuel it. It'd be a lot quicker than sitting in the freaking star.
Well, if it's a station, you might be able to buy a fuel scoop.
But no, it's worse than that. I'm actually in the system.
You're in the system that you're going to, and you're fuel scooping, Grant.
Yes.
Somebody needs to check his pilot's license.
Oh,
I think somebody needs to check his alcohol levels.
I think I need a hollow me. Just someone to sit beside me and go, look, you hear you muppet. Oh my god. On stream.
You're the sort of person. You're the sort of person that definitely needs a slap once in a while.
Yeah, but Grant would enjoy it.
Yeah, like a slap once in a while. Right. Sometimes I shouldn't type what I think, says Calturn. Yeah, there's always someone watching and reading. And Mike Snozzle has to put up with this on a daily basis. Yep. Yeah, this is why I don't get any critical missions for the Hutton truckers. I can't be trusted. Okay. Taryn is from Canada. Yeah, I wasn't in that. I wasn't in your part of Canada. And I've not actually. I can honestly say that I have never clubbed a seal in my life. It's not even something I particularly would look forward to.
He's been clubbing with a few women that looked a bit like seals, but he's never clubbed a seal.
Well, they made orgasm sounds like a seal. Just that's nope. That's not. Right. What else have we got? Anything else interesting to raise? Anyone got any other points you want to raise? If you're in Canada, have you
ship naming?
Yeah, well, ship naming would
ship naming.
That's something that we're going to have ongoing for the future. Is what you're going to call your ships and stuff, which will be interesting. Taryn, East Coasting now. If you are in Canada, have you been to see something that I am desperate to go and see, which is The Evil Dead the musical? And of course, it started in Canada, and it won't come to the UK, which is a shame. And I would just be super jealous if you had managed to get along to see it, because it just looks like such an amazing theatre show.
Is that the one that's got the song like "What the fuck is that" and things like that?
Yes, Cabin in the Woods.
Or is that
yeah.
something else?
It's brilliant, yeah. It just has so many amazing songs in it, and it has the splatter zone in the theatre.
Grant,
yeah?
Grant, if you're playing a certain sample, just remember it's not Friday night.
Oh no, I'm not gonna play the "Please Don't Stab Me," as much as it's funny as hell. No, never heard of it. Oh no. So it does well in Canada, and it's an amazing show. If you like the Evil Dead the musical, Right, I'm coming into dock and do these missions, and then I've got one more jump. I'm going to get this ship hopefully kitted out a bit better than it currently is. Well,
This is where you get there and realise I haven't got any fuel scoops.
Well, yeah, I definitely need to get a bigger fuel scoop. Spike, who's going to be in your first multi-crew then? Have you thought it out who you're going to go flying with? Obviously not me as pilot.
No, I haven't actually. I might try and persuade Commander Deathlock to start flying again. So, but yeah, no, I'm not sure actually. I haven't thought about it actually. I'll see if I get a chance to have a go in beta. I didn't even get a chance to play at all in the beta for the current version we're playing.
No, you were quite busy with work.
Yeah, work and then Mrs. C stuff. Yeah, all starting to settle down. I'm starting to play again, which is good.
Are you enjoying it? Because
Although when I log back in, yeah, it was when I logged back in. I hadn't played since just before 2.2 dropped, and I realised I was at Jack Station after having missed a CG by about 4 weeks and arriving there late. And now I'm slowly making my way back from Jack's into the bubble. But I'm scanning absolutely everything on the way back and going for an Elite Explorer rank on the way back.
Excellent. That's good news.
So I'll probably be back in time for LaveCon. This is the rate I'm going. I'm getting about 2 systems an hour at the moment.
That's not
so
great.
Are you actually scanning every single rock and everything then?
Everything. Every system I jump to, scanning their absolute lot. And this one, I've just found an object that's got about 80 odd objects in, which is quite dull. I get excited when it's just got a star in. That's the highlight of my trip.
Yeah, but then you get to the point where there's like one that's got, I was in one system and it was 98 different bodies, and I thought, oh, stuff this for a game of soldiers.
Chuffinick.
But then you you get OCD, don't you? You get OCD and you think, no, I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's when you see like the second star is like 500,000 light seconds away, and you're like, no, I'm going. I've been to Hutton. I can do this easily.
Yeah, but it's depressing when it's like you've done your massive honk, and you're gonna have to spend an hour and a half flying there just for one chuffing star.
Yeah, but my name's going to be plastered all over the galaxy when I get back. Hopefully.
Bewildebeest
I'm coming back via the Colonial ones. Oh, go on.
No, he's having a moan that we're not discussing the mega ships. Because we don't.
The mega ship. I was a little bit disappointed with the mega ship. It just, to me, I mean, I don't usually like criticising Frontier, but it looked like a flying space station.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a station with an engine on it, which is the same as Jack's, isn't it? Yeah,
I mean, Jack's
it's just a big
a
Jack.
mega ship.
I was kind of hoping it was a bit more unique.
It looked like it had some of the outposty things bolted onto it as well.
But when they were saying, oh, there'll be lots of varieties of these things, I obviously got a hint that they were using some of the procedural stuff that they've done for outposts and stuff. But it needed to look, I think, maybe something a bit different as opposed to a bit too much like the existing stations.
Yeah,
but they're cool though.
Yeah, the Orbis is basically meant to be a megaship, I guess, because
it flies in, doesn't it?
You've got
They
your
move
great
it in.
big ball on the front, and then chuck an engine on the back, and that's what you got.
But I do like the idea of them moving. It'd be interesting to see them moving around and then landing on some of them. Will be quite cool.
If we, do you think that we'll actually be able to see them moving and jumping around, or do you think it's going to be like they had to do with Jax, where yours basically Jax would mysteriously jump on the tick?
I think it's more likely to be that.
Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, I think it's more likely to be that.
Which is a shame.
They could probably do it. I mean, they do it with the command ships, so it's just a bigger graphic for the command ships and whatever.
Yeah, but they're a sort of a UI, aren't they? They're an event, a USS inside of it, so those get created almost randomly and on the fly for each person. So
There's one thing I think a point about having them look like stations. If that means they're interactable with rather than just eye candy, then I'd much rather them look like stations.
It's cool. No, it's cool. But I was hoping maybe for just a different visual look. I suppose is probably the better way to put it.
Yeah, I'll take same visuals but interactable over different visuals and non-interactable.
Yes. No, I'm with you on that one. Yeah. I wouldn't want it just to be pure eye candy of. Yeah, it looks pretty, you can't do anything with it. But I wanted my cake and to eat it. I'm greedy.
Nom.
Did you just say Grant's favourite word?
Yeah, no, he didn't. He spelled it.
Well, I'm
Oh,
greedy.
cake. Cake.
No, nom 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 nom.
Oh,
That's
I did
Grant's
nom,
favourite
nom, nom.
word.
Oh, Skippy, are you still here, or has Skippy disappeared off?
I don't know. Let's have a look.
His last comment was going for a shower.
Oh, okay. In that case, then, if Skippy's still listening to us, I'll let him have an enjoyable shower. I had sausages for my dinner.
Okay. It would be different. Sorry, Chris Stone is saying that it would be awesome if these large-scale interactable megaships had a different process for docking as opposed to mail slot or the landing platform. Now, Chris Stone, I would love to put you on the spot. What you talking about, man? How? What? How? Like docking in a Star Destroyer?
Maybe like a
Totally
docking
not
port kind of
racist.
thing.
Oh, yeah, it could be like the...
Fighter.
Oh, you know, the federal capital ship. You'd fly into the tunnel thing at the front of it, and then you'd have to pull off to your right and left to dock. Maybe.
It could be interesting. I mean, yeah, I suppose it could be. I mean, the fact it looks like a gigantic space station probably means that it will be a very similar process. What about the likes of, the rotating wheels? Maybe you have to dock at the gravity parts of those, and so therefore you have to negotiate and try and, find your docking pad and keep up with it. That could be quite fun.
Don't forget the docking computer needs to work with it.
Oh, yeah.
No. No.
Does it really? Aww.
Hey, Sarah Jane Avery will get very upset if the docking computer doesn't work with it.
I seem to recall David Braben saying something about certain stations you go to dock at will not have docking control, and therefore your docking computer won't work.
He did say that, and then the rotational assist would, it isn't available at some of the scummier end of the space station market.
Yeah, but that's gone out the window, isn't it?
Well, I think they could still add it. I must admit, I've never tried docking without rotational assist on, because I'm just thinking that's going to be bloody hard.
Yep.
It is, especially when it gets mucked up and you're trying to land at a station in a large ship. It's always fun.
I make it look
She's
like
trying to
I've
send you
not
to the
got-
side.
If you watch me docking, it's just the same. But I've got rotational correction on. It looks like I don't. That's the only difference. That's why I like outposts. At least there's only one way you can crash into them. And that's head on. Right, here we go. Coming at my next station. I got no idea what I made in that last station actually. Too fast. Thank you. Save disengage, save my
Those
life.
big generation ships, I did notice that the habitation pods on the side did look a bit like the film Silent Running.
Good film.
With the robots Huey, Louie and Dewey.
Yes.
With Earth's final forests left on it. And I was thinking they're going to be awfully difficult to stand on when they're rotating, because parts of it to be rotating at the wrong angle, you'd be constantly falling over.
Yeah, and it always begs that question. If it stops rotating and then rotates in the other direction, does that make everything go in the opposite way? Does that make your water come out of your cup? Ah, no! Oh, who put that superstructure there? It's a stupid place to put a gigantic tower. Sorry, I'm just talking.
You thought about a docking computer?
What? And take up one of the other slots. I could actually put my shields on. That might help. I have got them fitted as well. Oh, dearie me.
I will laugh my socks off. You blow up trying to land.
I didn't, but I did cause...
He's lost most of his cargo already.
I know, I'm not even sure that I can complete this mission. Deliver 2 units of silver. Yay! I had enough silver. Don't know what I lost. Why are they offering no missions whatsoever? Must be under the influence of a UA.
They know you.
No, it's weird. They're in a lockdown. and their mission boards are clear. I mean, 00000, nothing.
Yeah, that's what happens when they're in lockdown. I had the same thing happen to me with Sirius Corporation, and it was only Sirius Corporation, and every station they were at, they were in lockdown, and I was trying to get the bloody permit.
All this talk is moot for me until Ben gives me his PC. Ben?
Hey, who's saying that?
Have you got some kind of clandestine agreement with Yorkie Lad?
Oh, where's Richard? Is he in Skype or what?
He's in the team.
Where is he?
He's in the IRC.
Oh, okay. Hi, Richard. What are you doing here?
Tethering, Crestone suggesting that could
no.
be quite nice. Or maybe tractor beams. We don't have them in Elite, do we?
Do we want them in Elite?
I don't know, it could be quite fun. Oh, Yorkie Lad's gone.
Oh, bye then.
Well, we've got the sort of bizarre repair shields, beams, which are quite interesting, and I love that kind of mechanic. Maybe we could get a T9 with an anchor leash, or something that it can fire to stop ships from escaping.
How about limpets with ropes on them?
Limpets that'll put ships back on course.
Yeah.
Docking computer.
You could be a tug.
Yeah.
Oh, a tug limpet.
Save ships that are.
You want to
distress.
tug off other commanders?
You did have a sausage earlier on.
6.
Oh dear. For high gravity.
I'm just thinking
planets,
of Grant trying to edit this.
Thankfully, this isn't going out for edit.
Oh, okay, good.
This is not a show.
Just sounds
I was
like one.
going to say, are we on a mission to ruin Lave Radio?
Oh dear me. Just like, have we got any tug missions?
Oh, we need some of them.
You gotta go and help, assist. You know, you gotta get 5 people in a wing. 4 of them are tugs pulling some commander's T9 off a high gravity planet.
That could work, actually.
That would be a good mechanic.
Yeah.
Bring a whole new idea to. Bring a whole new idea to the idea of fuel limpets.
Mm-hmm.
My FSD has blown up. Can I have an FSD limpet to guide my computer to transfer my data over? Getting very Battlestar Galactica now.
USB, yeah.
I would like to see them introduce some of the type missions we used to have in the Spectrum and the BBC version. You know, where you get a mission, and at the moment we do get these hot tip type things. But it'd be interesting to get one where they give you a supersonic ship that you're going to go and do something, and as soon as you finish the mission, they're going to take the ship off you. But with a large reward and some interesting things to go and do, sort of side missions.
Yeah, no, I quite like that.
Don't think of taking
they
the
wouldn't
ship
be hard
away,
to introduce, but it would be fun.
It's fitted with a self-destruct.
A special mission to go and find out what the Thargoids are up to, in a stealth ship.
Well, this is actually something we're talking about on TeamSpeak, I think it was the other night, that I'd love the idea of, for want of a better word, story missions.
Yeah. But I think the game.
But how do they?
Mechanic in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because how do they work from a large multiplayer thing? Because to truly there'll only be one of those missions, and it's going to get lost with the number of players you've got.
Well, they can bring out ships when they want them, don't they? I mean, you go to certain places and you will find black boxes, and there weren't black boxes there before you had the mission.
Yeah, but then, so if you're having a proper story mission to say someone's got to go and find something out about the Thargoids, you can't have everyone have that mission, because then, well, what happens if someone does it and someone doesn't succeed it? Then what happens to the story plots? You can only have one of them because it's got to be a unique mission, and then that doesn't really work for.
Oh, what you mean? Like people who actually scan the ruins? I mean, how many people have been out to scan those ruins?
Fair enough.
How much data can you transfer from one station to another? Way, there's an awful lot of data moving. Wouldn't it be easy to just have an ISDN connection?
Gigantic USB
a lot of potential we could
spaceships
do with that.
That come and dock in your USB slot and then transfer all your data onto that ship.
Yay, I'm a Duke at last.
Duke, you spelled that wrong.
Yeah. I'm a Duke or a Ducky or something. Oh,
Congratulations.
We back to the
Foz is
camping at
asking-
LaveCon.
yeah. Foz is asking if he can join us, by the way, Grant.
Yeah, he's more than welcome.
But no, he's asking because I can't do it because I don't have to. Whereas you're the only person who's got power.
No, he can come
over
join the green.
TeamSpeak.
He can join the green room. The green room's free to.
Apparently he
Well,
doesn't.
Foz is here, but he can't speak, I think.
Yeah, we can't hear him. He's lit
Yeah,
up.
I can't do anything to Fozzer.
That's
Huh.
all right. That's fine.
He's just not making any noise. He's lit
Set
up.
channel group. Give him a different channel group.
No,
Oh, there you
There you go.
it won't make a difference. It's always Fozz's fault.
I would believe that.
That is possible.
I have
Could be
just-
your end, Fozzer.
I have just got my Imperial Corvette, my Federal Corvette, and it is quite a nice ship with lots of big guns. But it's a bit better than an Anaconda, but I'm still not raving about it yet.
Right.
Foz is like lit up like a Christmas tree.
Ah, where's my shields? Come on. Why
I was going to make the comment that it also means I'm a Rear Admiral, but not with the conversation that's been going recently.
I'm a
Hello, sailor.
I'm a Rear Admiral in Star Citizen, but I've not played. They just released a new beta just recently, a new alpha. Sorry, I've not had a chance to have a look at it yet to report back. But I did today, play Pulsar VR, which is barf rendering.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah, you know what? See, when the bridge loaded for the first time and then promptly disappeared. When it was loaded, it looked amazing. The phaser fighting is just spectacular in VR.
Nah.
But unfortunately,
I can't get it to run with the Rift.
No. My only.
Yeah, it's black screens.
Yeah, you have to in the VR settings. You've got to change the details to low. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Apparently. And that certainly did fix that problem for me. Because I did have the point where the bridge appeared and then it went black, and then it was just, unpleasant. But firing the lasers using the Vive handset is just amazing. Right, what have I got to do? Just make sure.
We'll do another session at some point.
Yeah, it's something that we quite enjoy. 27 units of silver. How many do I have? Inventory 27. Excellent. I can complete this mission too.
Yeah, I think we always need more Pulsar, to be honest.
It is good fun. I mean, and the VR, I'm not sure they've gone for using the circular pads in the middle of the Vive controllers for the movement sticks. You don't push them because when you push them, they've got different functions. I'm not.
Or do you just stroke them?
Yeah, you just stroke them and that'll then move you in that direction, which does lead to those problems where as you try and click something, you move. But yeah, controlling the ship was amazing. I really did enjoy that. It was very different, but we'll just have to wait and see how it progresses, and as they get it better and better. Again, we could, if you fancy trying it at Elite Meet or LaveCon, just ask whoever's in the VR room and then fire up the software. It'll be there, and have a go.
Just out of interest, actually, Grant, do you have multiple meter gameplay area at home where you can try the unseen diplomacy thing at home?
I could probably, yes. I've got enough room that I could
You
do that.
could create it. Because I know when I did it, it was on the... I think it was HTC Vive only. But I'd be interested to see if it works in both Vive and Rift. Because obviously, both of the Rift has now got the scanners on it that detect where you're standing in a room as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it's now got the touch controllers work better. You can use both because the touch controllers come with a sensor and the main unit comes with a sensor, and you can use the combination of them both to map your room, much the same as the Vive does with its two boxes.
It's just so I'll be interested if it's. I don't know if it needs an update to make it work with the Rift or what, but I'd be interested to see if it can work with both the Vive and the Rift.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll give it a go anyway.
What's the difference now then between them, really?
Well, actually, if anything, as you'll find out at LaveCon, it would seem that it is Oculus that has taken the jump. Their touch controllers,
because of their controller.
Yeah, is so much better than the clunky Vive. So I've not used it, so I couldn't possibly say. But my brother thinks that they are perfect. The right sort of weight, the right sort of fit to your hand. They allow gestures with your thumb and forefinger. So yeah, I'm excited to try
the
it.
peripherals that they have for it, rather than the actual system, I guess.
Yeah, and I know that, so that's definitely going to be at Elite Meet, so you get a chance to look at it there. And my brother's just this week updated his machine to a bigger, faster monster. So we'll see how...
It already were a monster, I thought, wasn't it?
He's always been a little bit behind, just a little bit behind. Have FD said whether Elite Dangerous, not Ed, will receive a full PlayStation VR support? They have said nothing about the PlayStation 4 release as yet, but it would be strange when the game works with it that it wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I had a go because I don't know if Mike came down to see me the other day and he brought his PlayStation VR stuff down, so I had a go on that, and I was really impressed. The headset was really comfortable.
It's good, isn't
it was really well put together. The immersion worked as good as the Vive and the Rift that I've tried. I was really impressed.
Yeah. Did you notice? I did some tea leaf reading the other day that so when I think it was when when somebody anyway was doing the CQC. He was doing the CQC using the Thrustmaster Hot-Ass 4 or whatever the hell it is. But anyways, the Thrustmaster joystick that works in the PS4 and the PC.
Okay.
I find it... Oh, right, so you've got PS4 compatible joysticks in the office to you guys. I wonder what that would be for.
I've read an article from David Braben talking about it. I mean, just saying that they were doing the PlayStation 1, but it didn't have any confirmed dates or anything.
We know they're doing the PlayStation, but they've said nothing about joystick support in the PlayStation.
Well, the Hot-Ass X is... I think it's a Hot-Ass S, which is the one that you're on about.
The Hot-Ass X is PlayStation 3, so... There's a blue Hot-Ass X, which is PS4.
Oh, that's a new one too.
Yeah. My Hot-Ass X is a red one, I think it is, and then there's a blue one.
Yeah, the Hot-Ass X was the original release, and then the blue one, which they added about an extra 30-40 quid on, is the second release.
Yeah.
There was another question there, or it's not. It's Academic Dust is giving a heads up.
You're bouncing around a fair bit there, Grant, aren't you?
Shut up. Frontier Help tweeted today that VIP and sightseeing missions are temporarily disabled for stability reasons.
I'm waiting to see Grant explode, to be honest.
Active missions. I managed to get down there with 50% hull. That's not bad for landing on a gigantic planet that's hard to miss.
Has he forgot to put up his wide load again?
I think he's just trying to land on me Jacobs.
Jacobs.
It did look like that. I'm not entirely sure.
No, I was just trying to land. That's all. I was just trying to land. Academic Dust is saying that VIP and sightseeing missions are temporarily disabled for stability reasons. Active missions can still be completed. So there's a bit of a notice out for you. Public service there from Academic Dust. Bing, bang. Academic Dust, we thank you. Right. I need a better ship. This is shit.
Before we go anywhere this evening, do we have a thing from Commander Wotherspoon that we can listen to?
Oh, do we have a Galnet news? I don't actually know. Let me
I think I saw one being slid up earlier, but...
Okay, well, let me just go and see if we've got a Galnet news and we can find out what's going on in Galnet at this time in the galaxy and find out all the latest and greatest from our amazing Galnet expert. That is otherwise known as Commander Witherspoon. Would you believe it? There is is one nice and ready.
Yay!
Okay, what we'll do then...
Commander Witherspoon is awesome.
We will go quiet and let you guys have a listen to this as we peek in as well. And we'll catch you after this wonderful Galnet news. No, we will.
Galnet News Digest, 14th of February, 3303. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, Mad Professor Melville finds many ruins, then vanishes. Warra Lorra Ruins! Huge ship sighted. The Little Acorn. Mad Professor Melville finds many ruins, then vanishes. A recently received transmission sheds some light on the disappearance 2 months ago of Professor Melville, the eminent xenobiologist. Melville appears to have been searching for and finding the ruins of the alien species known as the Guardians, well before the Legion of Commanders working for Ram Tar. Melville, who describes Tar as a jumped-up mechanic, seems to have discovered a way to find the ruins much faster. He believes that there are several hundred Guardian ruin sites, and that the Guardians were the dominant species in a part of the galaxy similar in size to the human-inhabited bubble. But something forced them to migrate, with the ruins in Sinuf XRH D11102 being their last colony. Professor Melville and his crew have not been heard from in several days. When last heard of, they were heading further out towards the Guardian's origins. There is some concern for the safety of the Professor and his crew. Warra Lorra Ruins. With the help of many dedicated pilots, Ramtar has made a breakthrough that makes finding further ruins a doddle. Tar has pinpointed a homing beacon signal in the Guardian's monoliths that will in future allow ships to lock into the location of the Guardian cities, which makes finding them very easy indeed. Even before this breakthrough, a total of 9 ruin sites of 3 different layouts had been found. Now, many more sites are being found, and the secrets of the Guardians must be very close to being revealed. There are a lot of these sites, sometimes several in a single system. Ramtar name-checked Commander Noodles05 and his wing for having been particularly helpful. Huge ship sighted. Reports have been flooding in of sightings of a huge ship far bigger than anything seen before. The ship is reported to carry the name Fisher's Rest, and it appears to incorporate vast geodesic domes containing vegetation, spinning to maintain artificial gravity, together with landing pads and huge engines. Could this be our first sighting in hundreds of years of the fabled generation ships? Details are as yet very limited, but we'll be watching this development very closely. The Little Acorn. A sad little acorn, made hard and infertile from being pickled in vinegar for more than 30 years, this week failed to do anything useful. It's believed that the acorn was once soft. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News. We read the news so you don't have to.
Right, fair enough. Soft acorns, eh?
I got to be careful about them.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything else. Gonna leave it there. Any questions from the Twitch chat? Otherwise, I think we can maybe even draw the broadcast to an end at this point and let everyone get on with their evenings. We just didn't want to leave you with nothing tonight, and seeing as Ben and I are, already social pariahs in our own households, we thought we'd come in and give you something to listen to, even if it was just the sounds of an orgasming seal. Oh, dearie me. Oh, my eyes are watering.
The little acorn.
That could. That's one of your into your roleplay. Right, we will catch you guys. We will catch you guys again, I think, next week. Unless anyone's got anything they want to shout out for. We've done Elite Meet, we've done LaveCon. Is there anything else that needs shouting out for, guys? No. Excellent. That's always the best way.
Wrap it up quickly before we get
taken off air.
Sued over something.
Yeah, we find ourselves in hot water. All right, well then, thank you very much for everyone for tuning in. We, of course, Lave Radio. Listen. In fact, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to play it with pink.
We need to do that.
Awesome, pink custard.
Yeah. There it is. We're going to play it with pink custard tonight. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. You were listening to a Lave Radio special. When we mean special, we mean not special. We mean an unspecial show. That is where we just come on and waffle for a bit and have a chat and just chew the fat. And get your comments and just chat to you and see what you think about things. We will be back next week with a normal show. Don't say boo. It'll be fun. Every so often, I reckon we should do one a month where we just kick back and have some fun. I think that's something that we need to do.
Lave Radio chewing the fat.
Yeah. Maybe not that. Although the big man's awesome. Right.
Lave Radio Unplugged.
Unplugged, yeah. That sounds a bit like this. Which we do very well on our own, most weeks. Right. Oh, yeah. Well, then, all it remains really is to say, you can join us next week at laveradio.com. I would have a script, but I'm not even going to bother opening it, so we're just going to make it up as we go along. You can join us next week, of course, by listening to TuneIn or going to laveradio.com/live. We broadcast from 8:30 on Tuesday nights live. That will be, again, to go through all the updates from this week, probably talk about beta, which hopefully will have dropped at that point as well, and to give you some updates on the EDRPG, on LaveCon, and explain the camping options and the... That's not what you think. It's got nothing to do with the roleplay ball on the Friday night. Camping options involving canvas and tents and sleeping outside under the sun, under the moon, under canvas, and of course the hog roast with the cabbage roast option for vegetarians. And so we'll have more information on those next week. We'll have a rundown through the dev diaries. We'll have a look at the beta packs. Anything else that comes up between now and then, we'll try and bring into the show. So join us then, and you know what, if you fly like me, don't worry about this next sentence. If you can't fly safe, then fly dangerous.
Is your life like this?
Sounds like someone having an orange inserted.
Need a safe word.
Space can be low. I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Is your life like this?
Sounds like someone having an orange inserted.
Need a safe
safe word.
Space can be loaded.
I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Digest, review of the year 3307. The year 3307 was the year we found out about the shady history of Azimuth biochemicals. We met the Dredger clans for the first time. The Colonia Bridge was constructed, and the Thargoids began their second invasion of the 34th century. But in the Empire, all anyone was talking about was the Republican terrorists and the Imperial succession. Until September 3306, no one in the Empire gave the liberal political fringe a second thought. There were certainly a few people in the outer systems who wanted to restore the Republic of Aknar, founded by Marlin Duval and overthrown by her brother, Henson Duval, the first emperor, more than 1,000 years ago. But they weren't important people, and their views weren't important. The Empire could tolerate a little inconsequential sedition. 1,000 years of imperial tradition wasn't going to be shaken by a few people who thought they knew better than their superiors. So, when a fringe group of Marlinists calling themselves the NMLA started blowing up starports using Thargoid caustic enzyme bombs, the Empire was caught off guard. Senator Denton Petraeus responded by forcing the systems where Marlinism was endemic into lockdown, and by conducting a series of brutal purges where being a Marlinist meant you were considered a terrorist. In consequence, hundreds of thousands of Marlinist sympathisers fled the Empire, and were eventually resettled in their own colony after the intervention of the Sirius Corporation. The Marlinists were unsure of their long-term goals, but they were at least safe. The NMLA hadn't gone away, however. As 3307 began, the Empire was quietly confident it had the terrorists under control, and with good reason. They'd secretly detained the ringleaders of the terror campaign and were holding them in a secret and illegal interrogation camp outside Imperial borders. But at the end of February, a group of terrorists known to their captors as the Theta Group, led by Theta 7, somehow managed to escape. There is no doubt that they had outside help from someone high up in Imperial society, the logs left behind by the Imperial guards before they were brutally tortured and killed, tell of an Imperial transport arriving full of guards dressed in Imperial uniforms who gunned down the guards at the Serene Harbour interrogation camp and who used high authority overrides to unlock the inmates. It remains unclear who in the Empire sponsored their escape, but the Landgrave of Madrid is a key suspect. While they were in prison, the Empire held all the cards, but somehow it allowed the terrorists to escape to resume their bombing campaign. A month later, on the 11th of March, the NMLA perpetrated the largest and most destructive bombing ever. During the so-called 9 Martyrs campaign, 9 starports were bombed, including 3 Imperial, 3 Federal, 2 Alliance, and 1 Independent station in retribution for the NMLA's own earlier attack on the Federal station Kepler Orbital, where a number of NMLA suspects were being held. The NMLA bombed the station to kill its own members and to save them from interrogation, and it was now taking revenge on humanity as a whole. Federal Vice President Brad Mitchell was killed in the bombings, and it was his successor, Jerome Archer, who put in place draconian surveillance laws to prevent terrorism that later threatened the stability of the Federation. The Affiliated Counter-Terrorism Unit, ACT, was set up by the superpowers to track down and eliminate the NMLA. The NMLA was eventually tracked down to the Madrid system, whence it had been receiving logistical help from the Landgrave, and a pitched battle took place, during which the NMLA sympathisers were roundly defeated. The Theta Group managed to escape, and in the process ambushed and killed ACT leader Captain Neve Satonia. Not to be outdone in all this pointless killing, the Federation believed rumours that Hadrian Duval, leader of the isolationist Nova Imperium political group in the Paresa system within the Empire, might have been bankrolling the NMLA terrorists. Duval, considered an outsider to the Duval dynasty, had no sympathy for the Republicans, but this didn't stop the rumours. On the 6th of May, the Federation attacked deep within Imperial territory, hoping to arrest Imperator Duval. The attack was unsuccessful, and the Federation was left diplomatically and militarily compromised. They probably felt even sillier when, in October, the final starport bombing carried out by the NMLA was against Hadrian Duval in Paresa, clearing Hadrian of all suspicion of having been involved with the terrorists. The last big hope for the NMLA was to persuade the Marlinist colonists to vote for the political wing of the NMLA, when the Marlinism Reformation Party under Minister Aaron White failed in July to get its candidate elected to the role of Marlinist consul. The retribution was swift and damaging. 2 key starports in Marlinist space were bombed, leading to a massive loss of life, including that of First Minister Jenna Fairfax. The Marlinism Reformation Party was declared illegal, and a short and bloody civil war ensued, during which the NMLA supporters were routed. Olivia Volkov, who replaced Jenna Fairfax, proclaimed victory and announced the death of Aaron White on the 19th of August. Unknown to the rest of the galaxy, the Theta Group had already gone into hiding following their failure in the Marlinist election. Theta 7 and his close circle were travelling incognito on a far god megaship, the Sacrosanct. Some believe that it was Theta 7 who persuaded the fatalist, pacifist doom cultist to build the megaship in the first place. The bombing of Paresa was carried out by NMLA members without assistance from the Theta Group. It was when a small band of NMLA members in the Marlinist colonies seized back their former flagship, the Steel Majesty, and made a desperate last stand in the Madrid system that Theta 7 finally decided to show his hand. He hijacked the Far God pilgrimage ship Sacrosanct and brought it to Madrid with the intention of rejoining the NMLA fighters. However, the firepower of the Epsilon Phonacis Empire group made it impossible for them to meet up, and when the Marines of ACT boarded and retook the Steel Majesty, and after members of the Far God cult sabotaged their ship's hyperdrive, making escape impossible, Theta 7 chose to commit suicide, using his remaining caustic enzyme charges to destroy the Sacrosanct and everyone on board. The story of the NMLA appears to have come to an end. The story of the Marlinist colonies is only just beginning. Also just beginning is the life of a prospective new heir for the imperial throne. Neither Emperor Orissa nor Princess Aisling Duval have any children, so the birth of a son to former Nova Imperium leader Hadrian Duval and his wife Lady Astrid Minerva 8 months after their marriage in April may well have given Hadrian a leg up in his ambition to become emperor. He'd shrewdly ditched Nova Imperium a few weeks earlier when he accepted senatorial protection from the NMLA, and he seems to be getting on pretty well with Princess Aisling, who offered him first aid after an attempt on his life in November 3306. Far from being an outsider, Prince Hadrian may now be the favourite to succeed Emperor Orissa. By their actions, the NMLA may have changed the future of the Empire, but not at all in the direction they intended.
Lave Radio, Lave Radio, Lave Radio, Lave Radio. Listen to Dio. Dangerous podcast. It's the elite. Lave Radio. So much to say, Dio. This side of Diso, we're loving the heat. I hope someone knows what we're talking about. They mean disco. Lave Radio. It's here to stay, Dio. Orange Sidewinder. This is your crew. Lave Radio, hey, 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 Dio, with second technician, Forrester 2. It's come. It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame. That's Lave Radio. Ooh, swing your pants. No, Simon, we're not them. We're pink custard. We cut the mustard. We're never flustered. We can be trusted. Lave Radio, this song's for you. For the Orange Sidewinder crew. Elite Dangerous is what you do. And then you talk a lot about it too. Lave Radio, ready to play Dio. Search for their website and off you go. Lave Radio, nothing to pay Dio. Sci-fi gamer, DJ fans, this is your show. Oh, it's a niche audience then. This is radio online called Lave. With DJs Chris's Alan, John, but not Dave. Forever surfing internet airwaves. That's Lave Radio. It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame. That's Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Is this, are you sure it's Lave? Yeah, Lave Radio. It's not Love Radio. Well, no, we all love Lave Radio. No, but it's not live radio. Oh, well, I don't know whether it's live or Lave Radio live, and we love it.
Thanks, guys. Have a good New Year.